He liked the way the smoke smelled. It reminded him of the basement in virtually every home his family had lived in. His mother always ordered his father to either smoke outside or in the basement. Nostalgia was the cure for not forgetting important memories, the kind with intense meaning. Whether you realized it in the moment or not, the sensation of experiencing memories you once thought forgotten were alone worth the risk of lung cancer. If his mother were alive, she would slap the back of his head at the thought of him smoking cigarettes. He wondered what she would think about his new hobby of choice. Killing was a far cry from shooting baskets in the backyard of some long-forgotten family's home. Times and expectations change, though, and people change, sometimes by force. The type of change occurring by force usually ended up being something one could not come back from. He took another drag from the cigarette and looked into the rear-view mirror at the two bodies crumpled into a heap of limbs, their dead stares reflecting whatever it was men saw just before leaving the current plane of existence. Had to be something calming, he thought, because their eyes seemed at peace. Good for them, he concluded with a weak nod of his head. The men didn't appear to be in a rush to go anywhere anytime soon. He took another puff of the cigarette and directed his attention back to the light show he'd been watching for the last hour or so. He thought maybe he was watching the end of the world, but that had already happened long ago, so it had to be something different. He then wondered if he should be afraid of what was happening about a mile away. You know, what if some of the burning shrapnel happened to make it to where he was and crushed him? He doubted it, but it could happen. There was quite a lot going on up there. From his current perch on a hill somewhere in Indiana, Brandon prepared yet another mass exodus from the planet. He'd known he was in Indiana because he noticed all of the worn-out signs as he stalked the two gentlemen in the back of the van throughout the state. He was not afraid, though. The bottom line was death, and he had no qualms with meeting that particular fate. Death was eventual for all lucky enough to experience life. Another saying of his mother's, who had been a teacher in the old world before everything had changed. She most definitely never stopped using her passion for teaching and gaining knowledge, even though he became her only pupil. He was thankful. He ashed the cigarette into the tray just beneath the dashboard of the van. He'd never seen fire rain down from the sky. It was hard to believe what he was seeing. Burning objects fell from something that could have been a flying small town in the sky, so many falling pieces chipping away and cascading to the ground. The sound coming from the thing, or in the same direction, was soothing. He'd never heard anything like it. It resembled a horn, a very loud horn, but there was also pain in what he was hearing. It was strange to him, but the large object, rapidly losing pieces of itself, almost seemed to be screaming. The more pieces it lost, the more the horns sounded and the harsher they became. The cigarette dwindled down to the butt while he watched the show out the windshield of the stolen van. He reached outside the window to mash out the remaining embers on the side of the van. Turning around in his seat, he calmly spoke to the bodies in the back. "What the hell do you figure is going on out there, guys?" They didn't respond. He then glanced up to the badges hanging from the rearview mirror and grabbed them, reading the names to himself. "I'm sorry, Mark and Clayton. Forgive me. What do you think is going on way out there?" His eyes surveyed the bodies. They'd begun to attract flies, and he rolled the window back up. "Yeah, I don't know either." Again his attention moved back to the raining fire. He began tapping on the steering wheel with his thumbs, pondering what could be going on and if it was smart to get a closer look.